when Dean Ambrose finally gets his hands on Seth Rollins, it truly will be hell in a cell. Welcome back, everyone. This is Jason. This is going to be my previews and predictions for the 2014 Hell in a Cell pay per view coming up this coming Sunday, right around the corner. I'm going to start out talking about the pre show. Doesn't look like there's too much on the pre show. Um, it's going to be a panel of Alex Riley, Booker T, Renee Young, and special guest Paul Heyman. Obviously, Paul Heyman filling in for a, how do we say, delinquent champion, aka Brock Lesnar. So, um, we'll get shtick from Heyman, and that's always enjoyable if you're a Heyman guy like me. And we're also going to be seeing the first ever. We're going to see Mizdow TV with special guest The Miz. This should be interesting because if you've been watching closely, Sandow doing the whole Mizdow thing has been over a lot. He's becoming more and more popular with this, with the whole side by side thing with the Miz, the imitation, the the exaggerated copying. It's great stuff. It really is. Obviously this duo is not going to last forever, but for now, it seems like um, Damian Sandow has really, found his niche alongside Miz. It's good comedic stuff, great heelish stuff. So it should be an interesting pre-show. Obviously, they're going to do, run down the whole card. Haven't heard about any pre-show matches yet, but that could, form later this week. So we'll see. And I'm doing this before all the, main event and SmackDown spoilers come out too. So like I don't know if they're going to add anything, but they got plenty of time to do it if they do. But so far we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matches. If they do add anything, it's probably going to be Dolph Ziggler versus Cesaro, even though earlier this morning it was just announced that they're going to battle for the IC title on SmackDown. Now, even if they do that, it doesn't make sense for them to do that right before the pay-per-view and then not have Dolph defend it on the pay-per-view. It'd be a shame if they did that. Hopefully the match will end in DQ or something, and they'll still get the match in the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. It'd be great. They deserve it. Two great workers. Because we saw Cesaro, earn a slot against Dolph Ziggler. Although Dolph Ziggler has been, as much as he's been winning, he's been losing too. So there's actually a couple of guys in line for an IC title shot, even though they don't come right out and say it. It's like if you beat the champ, you get a shot, right? Well, not always. But in this case, Cesaro looks like Cesaro does, and we'll see what happens. I'm hoping something happens on SmackDown that it gets postponed or something. If the match goes awry on SmackDown and ends in a DQ and happens again at the pay-per-view like I'm hoping, I'm going to predict that Cesaro beats Dolph Ziggler. Well, he's been going after Sheamus and Dolph for a while now, kind of like sidelining both of them here and there. So, I'd love to see Cesaro champ again. He was United States champion a couple years ago, last year, whenever it was. although Dolph Ziggler's riding high on this IC title um, right now. So who knows? But I'm going to guess, if there's a chance that they do, meet at the pay-per-view, Cesaro's going to win. Or it could be that Cesaro actually beats him on SmackDown and the rematch is on the pay-per-view. Could be that way too. My friend Corey came up with that scenario, and that actually makes a lot of sense if it happened that way. So thank you, Corey, for that one, because I wasn't thinking about that one. That's a good one. So yeah, I'm going to say either way, somewhere over the course of the next week, Cesaro becomes IC champ. Okay? That's my prediction for that one. Next, we're going to talk about Big Show and Rusev. And the Emmy goes to the Big Show. Even though we know, well, we can assume, I think, as much as we'd love to see, Rusev get beat and go down and get wrapped in that, Russian flag and get hauled off somewhere. He's on a roll lately. There's nothing that's going to break his momentum until probably WrestleMania next year. That's my guess, is when he's going to finally get beat, and then we'll see what happens. But for now, Big Show versus Rusev. Rusev's going to win. Nothing's stopping him. And then Big Show will probably cry on Mark Henry's shoulder the following Monday. And just, earn another Emmy. But next. Nikki Bella versus Brie Bella. Oh, they finally get their pay-per-view match against each other, and then the feud that everybody's hating on like crazy will finally be over, right? Wrong. There aren't a whole lot of steps in this pay-per-view card, but in this match, there is one. The loser must be the assistant to the winner for 30 days or quit. They added that one last night. They said, or quit. So, I'm assuming, Nikki Bella is actually going to, Nikki's going to lose this one. And Brie Bella's going to lose. Nikki's going to win. And, she, cut on Brie for quitting before. So maybe after she, gets beat in this one, she'll quit. I don't know. That's just a guess, but that's my prediction. I think Nikki's going to win this one. And then unfortunately, it'll drag on for another month. But you just fast forward through that one. Not my favorite rivalry going on right now, obviously. But onto something more exciting for Divas. We have the Divas title match between AJ Lee, the Divas champion, and Paige. Now, this is the fourth time the two have met at a pay-per-view. I made the joke on ringsidenews.com a day or two ago, saying that it's still better than the John Cena Randy Orton rivalry. To each their own, just a funny opinion there. But these two still putting on a hell of a rivalry, and I like it. I enjoy it. I think it's really building up Paige as a viable diva on the main roster. I do hope it ends soon, relatively soon. If it goes another month, fine, whatever. They work well together, the whole crazy versus crazy, who does crazy better. It's entertaining. It's good stuff, and now Alicia Fox is at Paige's side, and we'll see how long that lasts, but they're good together. So we'll see. But for this one, I really don't think the championship is going to go anywhere. I think Paige is going to hang on to it. Oh, and I also read something interesting to the effect of that whole stipulation that no one from Total Divas is going to be uh, Divas champ anytime soon while they're on the TV show. Stephanie McMahon today just completely squashed that. Not to stray too far off the topic, but I just wanted to bring that up. So, um, she also said she would love to see someone from the show as Divas champion. So maybe that means it's going to go back to Paige. Nah, I'm going to stick with AJ. So AJ wins this one, keeps it, and we'll see where it goes next. It may stay with Paige for a while because it is good stuff, or it may go to someone else. I'd like to see Emma more, but obviously, she's kind of low on a totem pole for all that crap she did with the whole shoplifting thing, But she has been on TV a little more often lately, so that's good for her. But we'll see what happens next. All right. Tag team titles, the Usos versus the tag team champs, Goldust and Stardust. Yes, I'm still going to call him Goldust because that's his full name. I'm not going to call him Golden or Gold and. It's Goldust. Call him Goldust and Stardust, or give him a name. The Dust Brothers. Something. This has been. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that are saying, "Oh, this is getting old. This is getting boring between the two." Whenever these guys are in the ring together, no matter if it's one-on-one, tag match, triple threat thrown in with Sheamus and someone else or whatever, in my opinion, it's a great match. Maybe not the greatest match of the night, but you're going to see some decent wrestling and you're going to see some decent action. These guys are not boring whatsoever. A lot of fun, good stuff, and they're going to put on another great show at the pay-per-view. But I do not see Goldust and Stardust losing these tag titles anytime soon. Who would take it from them? I have no idea. But they're going to hang on to it for a while. And that's my opinion. That's my guess. Next, the United States title match between the U.S. champion Sheamus and The Miz. This could genuinely be the first match of the pay-per-view, seeing as Mizdow TV is going to go on right before the pay-per-view. So it might just go right into the match from the Mizdow TV segment. Should be interesting to see what happens with Damian and all this. I would love to see him turn on the Miz, for something going screwy wrong during Mizdow TV, the segment before the pay-per-view. I'd love to see something like that happen. And then, have him turn face, and then a growing push for Damian Sandow. But yeah, I'm thinking too much. Sheamus versus The Miz. It's been funny. It's been entertaining. Obviously The Miz getting quite a few comedy segments with Mizdow, his sidekick. But I do not see Sheamus dropping this championship anytime soon. He's an okay United States champ. He's a former world champ, so I think he brings a little bit of prestige to the United States champion. I know there's people out there that say, "Oh, they should just drop the United States championship, or combine it with the other one, or something." Yeah, if I've said it before, I'll say it again. If Brock isn't around, I'm hoping one of these days he'll actually take the hint and actually, put him more at the higher end of the card and, main event him. It's like, if Lesnar isn't going to be around for months and months, it'd be nice to have some other championship, mean a little more something, seeing as, your other guy's on vacation. But, it's like beating a dead horse sometimes talking about that. So, but nonetheless, it is what it is. And I think Sheamus is going to hang on to it this time. And next, we're talking about the two, probably the most controversial part of this pay-per-view. Who is going to headline? Well, I don't know. I'm not gonna predict that. I'd like to see Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins put on a hell of a show and wrap up the pay-per-view and come out strong. The only thing that would hold them from that is the stipulation that is put on the other match between Randy Orton and John Cena, saying that the winner faces Lesnar. Could we see Lesnar come out at the end of this match and do something to one of those guys? That is the only reason I'd want to see Randy Orton and John Cena headline this, is to have Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar come out at the end of the match, screw them both somehow, or screw one of them, or help make the screw up the match somehow, help it end in a DQ some way, whatever. But nonetheless, if something like that doesn't happen, I'd like to see Randy Orton win, because I really, okay, we've seen Lesnar and Cena how many times? I want to see, and I'm sure a lot of other fans want to see, Orton and Lesnar fight for the championship. That'd be great. It was one of the ones that Triple H talked about when Lesnar first came back a few years ago. Have him face Sheamus or Randy Orton. Guys like that. Why not? Well, obviously he's not going to face Sheamus. Sheamus is United States champion, but for a guy that's more of a veteran, get higher up on the card, or on the roster, I should say. So yeah, I want. I'm going to predict that Randy Orton beats John Cena. I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, John Cena's going to face him again at the Royal Rumble or whatever. I don't know. I think Orton all of a sudden is having a bit of a spike in popularity lately with all the, the memes and the vines and the whatever, Randy Orton, all the out of nowheres. That's all of a sudden becoming more popular. So WWE might actually take advantage of that spike in popularity and do something with Orton. That'd be great. That'd be spectacular. So I'm actually going to, and they're not stupid when it comes to business. They do make business mistakes, but when it comes to seeing stuff like this, they'll catch it and they'll use it. So let's hope they do that. I'm gonna say Randy Orton takes this one. Like I said, whether headlines or not, I don't know. The last, but certainly not least, Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose finally gets his hands on Seth Rollins in a cell. It's gonna tear the house down. It's gonna be brutal. I'm really looking forward to this. I'm gonna say that Dean Ambrose comes out on top of this one. Not a whole lot more to say about it. The rivalry's been building for the last few months. Dean went away for a few weeks, shot a movie, came back, and renewed the rivalry. And man, he's hot stuff right now. He really is. He's doing great. And good for him. It's almost weird because I waited so long for him to break that glass ceiling, and now he's like right up there, the top of the mountain with a few of the other standout guys like John Cena. It's almost weird to see him up there. As happy as I am for him, it's like, wow, is he really there? It's and it's unfortunate for guys like Roman Reigns, who are supposed to be up there now too, but Who knows how long he's going to be out? Who knows how long um, Daniel Bryan's going to be out? We don't know, or even if Daniel Bryan's even coming back. I hate to think that way, but it's could be. You don't know. But yeah, I hope they come back. So that's my predictions. The only thing I'm going to add to this is we've been seeing all these promos for the Wyatt family. They're all going their separate ways. Obviously, something's going to happen soon. I don't know if the team of, Luke Harper and Eric Rowan are going to stay together, or if they're all just going to go their separate ways and do single stuff. I don't know. I really don't know. There's rumors that the Ascension is going to come up and get tied in with Bray Wyatt. In the last promo, they cut a couple of the older ones into pieces and show, okay, I set Luke Harper free. Now I set Eric Rowan free. A little bit on each one. And then, Bray Wyatt does his own one, talking about himself and how he's never really alone, and says a bunch of other, mystical things like he does so well. And he's rocking in the chair, and then the fog rolls in. And then all of a sudden, he's not in the chair anymore. So does that mean he's going to go through a transformation? Something big is going to happen for Bray Wyatt. It's going to happen soon. Just don't know when. That's the only other thing that might happen at this pay-per-view. Maybe something coming up soon within the next month or two. Something big is going to happen, and I don't know what. But my guess is maybe he's going to get involved in the championship match somehow, maybe somewhere soon. I mean, they got to do something big to keep fans happy, because, with Lesnar not around for, however many months, Heyman can only do so much. So they've got to spike interest. They got to distract something away from Lesnar. They got to do something, change it up. They got to something. I don't know. But so that's my thoughts about Hell in a Cell. Who do you think's going to win? Put it in the prediction. Put it in the comments below. And a lot of people are crapping all over this, saying, "Oh, it's going to be just another sucky one. The champ isn't there." Blah 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 blah. Everyone likes different superstars. Everyone likes different matches. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to enjoy it. As long as the wrestling is decent, and is not horrible wrestling matches, it'll be good. And most of these look like they're going to be decent matches, as far as who's all involved. So that's what I base it off of. I don't say, oh, the Bellas are going to stink up the whole pay-per-view. I'm not going to buy it. Well, if you're that kind of fan, then whatever, that's fine. But is it going to be the best one of the year? No, but it is what it is. No champ, make the best of it. Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose are going to steal the show. Plain and simple. Don't believe me? Go buy it for $9.99 and see for yourself. All right. That's my predictions. Thanks for watching.